want to talk about if you're thinking about school. So I don't know about all the programs. Yes, I'm in a different space this time. I'm off work. So I'm trying to, every time I make a video, I'm trying to be somewhere else in the ship. Does that make sense? So I have a different background, even though I'm by my birthing. But I'm out here because they definitely secured our birthing because we have some dirt bags. Let me tell you, dirt bags are a real thing. We have dirt bags that are in our birthing that you're not supposed to be eating, like open things. Like I said earlier, like if you buy stuff, because we're underway. Yeah, my nail broke today. I'm just clumsy, y'all. Yeah. But so like I said, underway. You usually buy snacks. Like people buy chips and stuff from this. Our store is called Big Texas. And that has all the snacks in it. Like you go buy big bags of chips, drinks, soda, monsters, whatever your little heart desires. You can buy it there. People usually buy it and then bring it in their rack so that they can eat it before they have to go on watch. But our birthing has lately been really, really dirty because we got a whole bunch of new girls that, for whatever reason, they are dirt bags. I'm telling you, like real bad dirt bags. Like you're supposed to make your rack every day and keep the curtain open. As you've seen in my previous videos, you can close the curtains because you go to sleep before watch. And a lot of the girls, they just keep whatever they want to. We have tables in the middle and in the front of the birthing. So like if you're studying for your ESWAS or just your qualifications, or you just want to read or watch a movie, you have the option to watch it versus laying down in your rack the whole time. People leave snacks and sodas, open monsters, like just things in general. People bring things from the mess decks and they'll bring it upstairs. They try to keep all those things out of the birthing because that gives space for mice and roaches to come in our birthing, and that's unsanitary, of course. Like you don't want that. You wouldn't want that in your home, so why would you bring that? So I guess like every morning, I was in basic DC, like I told you previously in the other video. I was in basic DC. My rack is always made, like folded to, there's a paper that says how your rack is supposed to be made. And people were having like snacks underneath their pillows, thinking that nobody was gonna check. They check. Every morning, like they check. I mean, they don't like go all in your stuff, but they check behind the pillow to make sure you don't have anything because they sleep there too. So like you have first classes that sleep in there and you have second classes who sleep in there too. And don't nobody want, mice and stuff like that in there. So they secured it until about 6. The only way that you can go in there is if you have watch. I don't have watch till later on tonight, till about 9. So yeah, 9 to 12. And then I have 9 to 12. Well, I don't have 9 to 12 tomorrow morning because I have basic DC again, so I get out of that. But yeah, so they secured it. When they say secured, that means you can't come in there unless like you have a real reason to go in there. So I'm just here on the floor. I was gonna watch a movie, but I was like, you know what? I fuck with y'all, and I want y'all to know these things so that you're not going in there blindly. So a lot of people, so when you go in, they'll tell you you can have the post 9/11 or the GI Bill. The GI Bill, get the GI Bill because you can always switch from the GI Bill to post 9/11. You cannot switch from post 9/11 to GI Bill. GI Bill is basically at the beginning of every month you get a stipend of a set amount of money. I know that because when I went to college, I do have my master's degree, so I have something for y'all too. So before, when I was in college, my mom passed her GI Bill to me. So basically, you get money first of the month. Back then, when I was in school, I got $1,000. This was like 2009 or 2012, and then 2014, 2016, I also got it. So it went up from 900 to maybe like 1,200. But when you're active duty, it's different. But the thing is, with GI Bill and post 9/11, you have to literally do your when you can use it is you can use it after you get out. So that's for after you do your contract or whatever, your contract. So if you do 4 years, you can use your GI Bill afterwards. Post 9/11, I'm not sure how that works, but apparently it pays for tuition. Yeah, pays for your tuition. Tuition? Yeah, it pays for everything. I think the only thing that it doesn't pay for is, well, I think it covers everything actually. I could be wrong. If you know post 9/11 or you use post 9/11, please help your future sailors in the comment section, because I'm not very well versed in that. Also, while you're on deployment, oh well, not on deployment, but when you're in the Navy, you're in the Navy for a full year, you can start using TA, which is something assistance. So they'll pay for your classes, but it's only a certain amount of classes per year. Hello. Per year. No, I'm making a video. Helping others. So you can, so TA happens a year after your 1 year anniversary. Well, 1 year in the Navy. Yeah, 1 year in the Navy. So there's a loophole with the GI Bill and post 9/11. There's TA assistance. And from what I'm told is they pay for, like I know the Army does 12 credits, but that's yearly. So it wouldn't, like 12 credits is really like one semester per year. But there's a lot of other things too, depending on the state that you're in. You can also get state, you can get state, what is it called? It's state benefits. So different states have different things. I know Texas, if you're adopted or you're military, Texas has Hazelwood. So Hazelwood is kind of like GI Bill, but it pays for everything. Because if you enter in Texas, you get GI Bill and you also get Hazelwood. And Hazelwood, it's basically the same thing, but Hazelwood is way better because Hazelwood pays for your tuition. And then you can use your GI Bill. Look, here we go, I'm about to help y'all out. You can use your GI Bill and that could pay for your housing. So boom, either way you wouldn't have to pay for anything. And then when you get books, you can always order them from Amazon. Where else? Amazon. There's another something that I used to use, and you basically use it for the semester and then send it back for your books. Now, I have a master's degree, so what I'm doing right now, as I'm continuing my basic quals and getting all of those things done, I am getting ready for, surprise, officer, OCS, which is the Officer Candidate School, to be an officer, because I do have a master's. If you have a bachelor's and you have a master's, and you don't want to go straight to OCS, which is really hard, because you have to have letters of recommendation. You also have to have, they do like an appraisal. You have to go through an officer panel to see, you know, it's a whole bunch of different officers, like someone who went through the Naval Academy, someone who worked their way up from, you know, being from E1 all the way to an officer, someone who went to OCS. And it's appraisal when you go through a panel and they'll ask you why do you think you deserve to be an officer. Right now, I'm definitely in the works of working on that myself. I'm getting my basic quals that I was telling you about last video. You have to get those. Well, you don't necessarily need them because the officer program, they have totally different quals. Like, it'll be different quals because I want to go into supply. So supply will be over LS. Sucks.
I had the same fucking idea of doing that whenever I wasn't getting ready for lunch. You know what? Nobody ever fucking comes through here anyways.
Exactly.
But over there is where I always throw my trash because nobody's fucking over there.
Well,
you just gotta throw it through the hole, run. But like, that's it. Like,
I hate you, dude.
Who fucking cares? Like,
so they're allowing people in there now?
Section 2 is going up. I'm section 2.
Okay, I'm section 3. So I have to wait till 6.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go slow.
Bye, Juber. Huh? I love you so much. I can't do 2 hearts because I have my hand, so I'm just gonna do. They gotta do the other hand. Gotta do the other hand. There it is. Bye. So with the officer candidate school, there's a lot of different stairs. They call it the ladder. But so like I'm undes. If I didn't have a degree, I would have to do. I would have to wait a year. Hello. I do not have service. Okay, let's say someone just asked me the same thing. I do not have service. I'm just making a video. So if you go from, you can do State 21, which you'll be working on your actual bachelor's degree, and as you're in college, you can make rank until you get your bachelor's degree. That's State 21. That's what I know about it. And then it's also called the SEAMAS Admiral. Then there's also the Naval Academy, which is basically like a college, but it's military college. It's 4 years. The only bad thing about that is, like, if you fail out of that, like, you have to, like, there's a guy here, there's like 2 guys here. They failed out of the Naval Academy, and they were in their 2nd year, so they failed out, and they had to sign a contract for 2 years because they have to pay back the money, basically, that the Navy put into them for them going to school. But officer candidate school is where basically they teach you how to be a leader, and it's basically like boot camp, but it's for officers. It's not in Great Lakes, it's in Rhode Island. It's the only one. And you basically, apparently it's ran by Marines. It's a lot tougher, but I want it bad enough. So, you know, I just have to study for my OAR, which you can, if you're thinking about officer candidate school, you can buy the book from Barnes & Nobles. I think it's like $12.99 or something like that, or you could pick it up and study. It's the same thing as the ASVAB. It's just a little bit harder. I would suggest getting a tutor, because that's definitely what I'm gonna do, because some of those things on there I was like, but usually anything I put my mind to, I'm gonna get it, because I just want to have really good leadership skills, because some people who are on this ship, they have really bad leadership skills, and I want to set that apart, be the person to set things apart, and have a helping hand. If someone wants to learn how to do something, or they want to be officer school, or they want to, you know, be a chief, I want to be able to be like, I'm the person that can help you get to where you need to be, because I feel like we should not be in competition. If we're sailors or if we're in the military, we should definitely try to help out each other. But a lot of people are not like that. So I definitely want to change something about that. But the officer exam, my friend got a 68, and it's 68 out of 80. So that's amazing. So I think that's all for this one. Yeah, that's all I have to tell you about that. If you have any other comments, questions, concern, feel free to hit that comment box, and I'm definitely gonna try and hit y'all back. It's a little hard, but I'm trying my best. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.